let's go full circle back.
Okay.
So I started off when I was 21 years old at the sheriff's office. I was a local cop.
Yep.
And then I got on with the state police, and I did 19 years with the state police, and did 19 years of flawless service. And I got in an incident off duty, and I know it's no secret. There's nothing to hide.
Yeah.
And that's why I talk about it on every podcast. Because if you don't talk about it, then they're like, ran. And it's one of them things that I think everything has a reason. And I don't know if it was jealousy. I don't know what it was, but I was put in the crosshairs, and due to what I had going on. And I got in an incident off duty, and I broke some policies, and they fired me. And, I went home. I was mad. And because, you know why? Because I looked at my kids, and I gave up 19 years of my life looking at them kids and left them on their birthdays, left them on Christmas to go save your family. And I had 19 years of flawless service, not one disciplinary action, and they fired me over policy. So I went home and I sat there and I got angry and I started thinking about what all these other troopers had done.
Right.
Because in 19 years, you don't think I know a few things?
Right.
And I was like, well, Joe Blow got his job and he committed a felony on duty. He put his badge on that morning and went to work knowing what he was about to do and did it and got caught, and he still got his job.
Right.
And look, I'm not no angel, and I let my guard down that night, and I did let somebody drive that was under the influence. But nobody cast the first stone. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Tell me if you never got in a car, a four-wheeler, a side-by-side, a boat in your lifetime. And if you haven't, God bless you. You
I ain't gonna tell that lie.
Yeah, you have. If you a hunter and all, you might ride them back road, drink a few brewskis.
Of course.
And I let my guard down and I paid the price and I admitted to what I did. But what they made me out on social media was a monster. Mm-hmm. And once you get under investigation with the state police, you can't do nothing. You can't do a podcast. You can't go to the news. They put me on the news more than a serial killer.
Yeah.
And they just blasted me. And I'm sitting at home just knowing what everybody else did, and I looked at what I did. And I almost tucked my tail, and all my friends would text me and people I worked with, and they said, you need to fight this. And I was like, nah, I'm not. I got so much else going on. I'm good. So hired a lawyer. It's the funniest part, though. I can laugh at it now because, I can laugh at it now because the people that don't believe you, the people that don't want to know the facts, the people could bring the facts to, they hate us. They're not going to believe what they want to believe.
That's right.
And it's like hearing one side of the story for a year. It's hard to convince people, and I don't really can care less about convincing anybody. But so once I got fired, I went home, and then I said, what am I going to do? 20 years of waking every day, being a servant to the people of Louisiana, flawless. And now what I'm going to do? So I got a lawyer, and I brought him everything for the case. And he's an old school dude from New Orleans, and old school lawyer. He's got 30-something years in it. And I brought him everything once I could get everything because they wouldn't give me much at first.
Of course, yeah.
Because I was in the crosshairs, and they pulled the trigger on me. But it was only a certain few because I'm not going to bad talk the state police. But they did, I call it the purple and gold weenie. They put the purple and gold weenie in me, and they used... what they call that, Purell? What's that, hand sanitizer?
Yeah, Purell.
That's what they use for lube. That's what they did to me. They put it in there good and broke it off of me. Yeah. And, I brought everything to the lawyer, and I thought it was so funny. He called me a week later and says, hey, what are we missing? I said, I don't know what you talking about, buddy. He's like, I pulled your disciplinary file. You have nothing. I said, yes, sir. He says, you were a SWAT for 15 years. Yes, sir. Explosive breacher. Yes, sir. Life-saving awards. Yes, sir. DWI Trooper of the Year, 2 years. Yes, sir. And they fired you for breaking a policy off duty? I said, yes, sir. He said, there's anything else I need to know? I said, you got it all, Captain. He said, this is the ones I like. So we appealed it. I got everything back. I got a free year vacation. They paid for it because that was the year I was fired. And they brought me back to work. I went to work for 2 weeks. And I said, you know what? I can't take a chance on this. Yeah. I got a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. And I retired. I retired with 23 years in the system, and I hold my head up high. And I'm proud of my service. I'm proud of the people of Louisiana. I'm proud because I signed up for that. I signed up to leave my kids on Christmas.
Sure.
I know what I was doing.
Sure.
I'm the one who left at midnight, kissed my wife on the forehead to go save a crackhead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can say it now. And I did it, and I'm proud of it. Things happen for a reason. And with that happening, opened my mind to more stuff that Kracker can do. and I've started to work with the Southern Outdoors Unlimited. And I went do something with them, and I seen what they do with these handicapped, terminally ill kids. They give them track chairs. Bring these kids in the woods.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting back. If I was still a trooper, I wouldn't have time to mess with that. I would feel I lost a spot in my life.
Right.
And so, you ever heard of Infinity Barrel? The barrel I put whiskey in?
Oh, yeah.
The whole point of the barrel is to raise money to get my buddy Sheldon in a chair.
Yeah.
Because I met him and he told me, he said, Kracker, I can't hunt no more. My chair won't make it. And I said, I'm putting all my effort in front of that barrel. Yeah, it's drinking. Yeah, it's whiskey. Yeah, it's the devil. But I took something that the devil does and I made it something gold. And we did a banquet for these kids. Not me. This is Southern Outdoors Unlimited. I was at the banquet.
Yeah.
I supported. They raised over $200,000 for these kids. You know how many chairs that'll buy?
Yeah, exactly.
And we have this event coming, and it's the first week of November, and they bring over 100 kids, terminally ill kids, in track chairs, hunting. You know how hard that is?
That's amazing, dude.
I can barely bring my son hunting without
that's amazing.
wanting to wring his neck, but you're going to bring all these kids out there. And so I look at that, and everything happens for a reason. I think all that happened because God was like, you're not at your true potential. I wish he'd have picked a different way for it to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't listening. Maybe he sent me a million messages. He said, nah, I got you. I got you now. So, we got that coming up, and it's just, you take licks throughout life, but things happen for a reason, and I'm happy where I'm at. I've got that business going. I got the FCCA, the Southern Crawfish Cook-Off Association, which is, me and a partner of mine saw that there's barbecue world out there that win competitions and move on. Mm-hmm. There is nothing for the crawfish people. And these people are passionate. They come out with their own bands and own entertainment. Said they need something. So we started this competition where you get points and we go into the ultimate cook-off. 2025, we're crowning the Crawfish King. Never been done before. And we're going to do it. I think it's going to be at the Cajun Dome in Lafayette. And somebody will be the crawfish champion of the world.
That's amazing.
And just small stuff like that. It goes back to heritage and culture. And my days as being a trooper are over. And, I don't miss it. And things happen for a reason. And I'm happy. And I'm glad it did. And like I said before, the people that don't believe, facts are facts. You can go, and it's all public record. You can all go back and pull from Wildlife and Fisheries, got the reports, and Louisiana State Police got a report. If you don't, just be blinded. Don't like me.
Well, that's what I was. Yeah, you nailed it. You hit the nail on the head when you said if it's a hater, they're just not going to believe it anyway.
Yeah, no matter what.
So happens. What does that matter?
You know what didn't help me was that it ran for a year, and all you had was fake news, one side of the story, and then finally everything cleared up, and you come out with your side like, no, that ain't what happened. Like, yeah, I got facts right here. What you got?
Yeah, exactly.
I got Joe Blow at the bar that was drunk that don't like stale Kracker. That's what he told me.
Exactly.
So anyway, back to the hair. You're talking about the hair? Oh yeah, back to the hair. So yeah, dude. So if you ever see my seasoning can, I grew into the character, dude.
Right. That's what I figured.
He went into how he couldn't have hair.
Right. So So I couldn't have long hair at work, and
sure.
And dude, it got to the point that I always wanted to spend my whole career on the road, but I started on my getting noticed in public, even with no hair, like. You sound like that Kracker dude. I'm like, no, that's not me. And I'm like, man, so I did some work in the casino, like undercover in the casino my last year. And then when I got out, I was like, what, that wig's a bitch.
Yeah.
That wig.
Yeah.
I think hot. And I was religious to it. And I just grew my hair out. I think a lot of men, the only people that talk shit about my hair is the men that are bald. So I'm coming out with I call it the double dooski. It's going to be a pill that grows your hair and your wiener. It'll make millions.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm buying
double
that.
Double dooski. Are you going to buy it?
Not buy that.
Oh, hell. It might not work, but I'll sell the shit out. I'm taking old Blue Chew double dooski. Well, can't use Blue Chew.
Until this bald spot gets a little bit bigger, I like the hair. But once I get bald, I'm going to be jealous. But dude, it's good. Like I know, like you said, in the midst of it, you don't know that these things are a blessing. But when you look back at it, it's good that you can see that it was one.
It was. I would sit there and I'd just get so mad. I'm like, did I give up all my life? And I gave up my kids and my wife's life. But you know what? Now I spend more time with my family than I ever. Because what we doing today?
Exactly.
When I go to Key West, I just went to Key West. brought my whole family. And
Yeah.
I got to get paid to drink, cook, fish, and have a vacation.
Yeah, we're the luckiest people in the world.
That's it, dude. So maybe, I did lose 20 years of my kids growing up, but now the next 40, 50, 60, 80 years, I hope. I'm going to spend time with them, and I'm going to make that night. And I'm going to make people laugh, and I'm going to touch lives more ways than people could ever imagine.
Did you find, I'm sure you did, because it seems like everybody that I talked to is the same way. Did you find, obviously you got whenever you were a state trooper, you would probably have people that you're close to, your buddies in there, or whatever, but did you find a lot of jealousy going on when you were blowing up?
Yeah.
Because I did too as well.
It's behind closed doors.
My hometown is the worst.
Yeah, so I'm a reference to this. You're a hunter, right?
Yes.
You ever seen them toms out in the field? You got 4 or 5 toms, everybody's friends, till you blast one's head off, and what them other toms do, they jump on him. Because they're not man enough to jump on you when you're there, but when you down, they'll put you in the ground. And, I'm smart enough, and if you're in the police world, get friends that are not police. Get friends that are not cops. Get something else to do in your life. Don't let that consume you. And that's what I've always done. And you know what? Those friends I had that are state troopers are still my friends.
Yeah.
And the friends I had that are not are still my friends. And the people that were iffy, well, they're still iffy, I found, and I think that was the main deal, was jealousy. And then I got put in the crosshairs. And any police work out there, let me put you in the crosshairs. You can't go to work. There's no way you can go to work every day and not break a policy or procedure. Sure. It's impossible.
I'm sure.
And then, so that's the way I look at it. And I got put in them crosshairs, and they pulled the trigger on me. And then I had to do the big hand and wait and buy my time and bring facts to the board that has logic, that board that's not partial. Yeah. And they didn't even want to hear it. And I got everything back. And, something I can't get back is the embarrassment of being on the news so many times with false news. And, I asked them, I went to the state police, they said, why don't y'all post? Why don't y'all go to the news and tell them what really happened? Tell them about stuff. And they're like, pretty much, and they wouldn't say that, but the other supervisors were like, that don't make you a monster. They want you to be a monster. They want you to be what they want to portray you because they want to get rid of you. And I'm like, well, this is crazy. So anyway, life goes on and a lot of better things out there. And
I was about to say, look at you now.